So before we get started, I know your birthday's next week, so I'm going to bring everybody in the room. Can we sing Happy Birthday to you? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear kid Laroi. Happy birthday to you. So rumor has it you like chocolate cake. That's what the people are saying. Cake, yeah. So just in case you're hungry, I got a set up right here. We'll take the cake from you.
Wow.
Want to blow it out for us?
Sure.
Make a wish.
All right. Wow.
One left.
Here we go.
There we go. If you grab, Justin, help me out. Just grab this table right over here. Slide around.
Thank you. That was,
Oh, well, I heard that chocolate cake's your go-to.
Oh yeah, I love chocolate. What is that on the top with the frosting and stuff?
I actually Uber Eats ordered this, so I don't even know exactly what it is. So you have to give it. I'm gonna put it down next to you. There you go, little cake. What?
Great introduction.
Great way to start. What was your wish? Can you tell us?
No.
It was like, I hope this radio guy's not an ass. No.
Right. Type shit. No, not at all. But I guess the wish doesn't come true if you say it, right?
It's a fact.
Yeah, I can't tell you.
There you go. I was gonna try and see if I could get it out of you. What do you got planned next week for the birthday?
Next week I'm doing a show on my birthday, actually. So probably just doing the show. I'll probably sleep all day and then just do the show.
I feel like when you're running around so much, like sleeping is probably the most valuable thing you can do.
Definitely. I've been sleeping every day till like 3 p.m. most days. And then I'll like wake up and try and find a cafe that's open that like does coffee and croissants, and it's very hot at 3 p.m. to find that.
When the world's been awake for 10 hours already.
Yeah, literally. So
one thing that's dope about you and I've always like admired is like the hustle for you started a minute ago, and it was like a grassroots thing where you would literally go to like celebs that were coming to town, their hotel room, find out where they are, get them their music. Talk about those years for you.
I mean, yeah, it's all part of the story. I think it's all part of me, who I am too. I think a lot of it, comes from watching people like important people in my life, like my mom and stuff like that, like watching that drive and hustle and stuff like that, and just always having maybe the mindset of if I want something, I have to go and get it, as maybe cliche as that sounds, but like I always kind of had that mindset of like, and I'm also low-key a very shy person, so like I had to put away a lot of like my shyness for that, and I think that helped me a lot too, like for even now doing stuff that I do now. I think that was like a good like training course as well.
And you even say like when you were growing up you were shy. You really had like one real friend. People are telling you like this music thing's stupid. So I think it's great for like a younger person to hear like how did you overcome that stuff?
I mean, I think it's just all a part of growing up, I mean, it is what it is. I don't really I think like growing up you always have, always trying to figure out who you are and what you're doing, and sometimes you that as you mature and grow older, you change your perspective changes and you change who you're around, and I guess it's just all part of growing up, man. But I definitely always wanted to do music ever since I was young, and I think that was what made me happy ultimately, more than anything else. So I was just like, I'm not gonna let other people decide my happiness or what makes me happy, And
you talk about growing, I feel like it's something that never ends, right? It's not like it's going to end when you turn 25 or 30. Like even my mom, I'm really close to my mom. She's in her
for
70, and she's just like, she's still growing. She's still learning about herself. It's something that happens for the rest of her life.
And that's normal, man. Change is normal, and I feel like you never stop learning and you never stop growing, and that's fucking sick. I would hate to be at a stagnant mindset or like whatever for the rest of my life. I feel like that would suck.
No, 100%. And that's the beauty of life, right? Like you always
it gets boring.
You have so many chapters. One thing that's also like cool. We're talking about family, but you're super tight with your brother, and you even say like it's tough to be a brother sometimes, right? Because you want to be cool, but you want to be strict too.
100%. Yeah, that is definitely the toughest balance. Is like being. I've always felt like I have to be like like almost like a parent for him. I don't know why. Like, I feel like and especially because 3 years like is close in age, but it's also so far when you're like, for example, like 12 and and 15.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I feel like it's a pretty big, or even more so, like 13 and 16. That's
Yeah.
like a big age gap. So I always try and whatever fuck ups or whatever else that I've learned about, I always try and,
Yeah.
show it to him. But I think as well, when you're young, I mean, I definitely had people, telling me like, oh, some things. I think sometimes you got to learn it for yourself, and that's what I'm kind of learning.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can only guide so much. But he's the best. He's a legend. He's way smarter than what I was at his age. So. Yeah.
Talk about how important family is to you. It's family, like me and my brother do our radio show together. My mom's my best friend, and you seem to be very close to all your family too.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think family's the thing that keeps me grounded and keeps me sane. I think it's easy in this world to get caught up in a lot of stuff that doesn't really matter, and having family around me constantly always reminds me that like that's what I do it for, and like I don't do it for anything else other than them and whatnot. So yeah, if that makes sense.
No, it makes complete sense.
Yeah.
I mean, they're your rock, and they're the closest ones to you, especially in this crazy travel.
And they always have no bias, on anything. Like they don't care how successful I get or whatever.
Yeah.
My mom will still tell me regular mum shit, and like not care.
Yeah,
so that's
that.
fucking sick because like a lot of people act.
Especially when you get so
strange.
big at some point, you're like you never heard no, so like your mom can't even be your mom anymore. But it's cool that you guys still have that.
Oh, of course,
relationship.
Yeah. No, my mom doesn't give a fuck.
You, congratulations, just celebrated your 2-year anniversary with your girlfriend, which is amazing. Round of applause in the room.
Yes, sir.
If you're in a relationship, you know how hard it is to get through years. So relationships are tough, especially with like your age and running around and traveling the world. What is the key to keeping you guys just where you are?
I don't know, man. I think because I guess we so young, obviously, and I think it's cool that we get to like grow together, which is cool. We get to learn more about each other as we're like growing older and becoming like our own people and stuff like that. I mean, I met her when I was like 16, so I think that's a really cool thing about that. And like always, I don't know, just trying to keep a healthy balance of like communication as well. I think that for me that's my biggest thing that I always think is like the biggest thing maybe in a relationship is just communication and like making sure like if there's, for example, an issue, it gets brought up right away and it doesn't sit and harbor, because sometimes it's like, I mean, I use the example sometimes when I talk to my girlfriend. I'm like, you should always just tell me no matter how small or how big a problem is, because I don't want that to harbor and like cause damage.
Bigger problem
that can't be fixed.
Then it explodes.
And I kind of use the analogy of like when you like have a pain or something and you don't go to the doctor and you're like, oh, whatever, I'll be good, and then it builds up over
when you're an
months
athlete, right? You have a knee pain and all of a sudden that's
right, and then it gets to the point where it's like really hard to fix, and they're like, man, if you came 3 months earlier, we could have
actually fixed it.
And that's how I kind of try to translate it with like relationships and communication and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's the biggest, most important thing.
You're speaking my girlfriend's language over there. She's proud of you.
Yeah. There we go.
Congrats on everything, man. Excited to see you continue to kill the game. Appreciate you taking the time.
Hell yeah.
I'll give you some love. Enjoy the cake.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank
Laroi,
you. The cake is a beautiful.
Kiss 108.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate that. There you go. Hopefully you're hungry. Get in there.